Guys, I'm Rostislav. I'm the founder, developer, designer, and CEO of Lurnby. I'm wanted to kind of tap into the wisdom of the crowd today. I'm having a bit of a user experience challenge with figuring out something with Lurnby that's only come up now after use, and essentially. In the kind of spirit of building in public, I'm hoping to kind of gather some ideas for what people think might be some of the best way to approach this kind of challenge, or just what are the different things that I can do. As a kind of a solo entrepreneur on this, there's a lot of skills that I'm lacking that would be great to kind of tap into people who essentially also are professionals at what they do. Anyways, so the idea is I'll kind of walk you guys through a little bit what I'm doing, and then hopefully get some of your feedback about ways you think that I might be able to kind of approach this problem in a way that makes the most sense. So Lurnby is a lot about reading. As you can see, the main premise is centered around reading, actively highlighting, and then organizing your highlights into these different topical groups, right? And so the problem is actually there. So basically, as you're reading, you're finding quotes or things that you like, and you're like, okay, this idea I would like to react to. This is something that I would want to save. So you highlight it, and then you end up on this kind of screen over here where you've got your highlight. You have the ability to respond to it, to kind of note down your ideas. And then you come to this main part. This is a process in the scientific terminology, it's called chunking, where you're essentially connecting ideas together, right? And so what you're saying, and the whole point of it, is that this idea is connected through some form or other to a lot of different other ideas, quotes, things that I've read elsewhere, right? And you're building these chunks in your head. Now, the way in which that I initially chose to approach this was through simply just giving you the chance to create these topics like this and then showing them here, right? And now in the beginning that was completely fine and totally doable, but now having been using this system for a while, reading lots of books, the topics that I've had have actually become quite a sizable list, right? Now, from a user experience perspective, this is already quite challenging, right? So one of the kind of main things is that now, even when I think that, oh, this reminds me of this idea, I now have to look for that topic name, right? Maybe it reminds me here, and then I have to go through and add it. But I also then spend a lot of time just kind of reading through my list, because that's also a part of an important process, because right away I did have an initial response to this quote that I highlighted, right? But as I think about it, as I write, I realize that it also connects to other ideas that maybe I didn't know. And so actually the process of looking over these tags is also really good, because I'm like, oh, okay, this was that. Oh no, it does sound like this idea, but actually I meant something else with this topic name, so it's not this idea. Oh, but this definitely, and this definitely, right? And so I kind of go through, and it's this active process of both remembering what these topics mean, what other ideas I have stored, and does this piece of information that I'm currently trying to save belong here? Now, so it's a very good process for me. It does make it a little bit slow every time that I want to read something, and it's becoming quite challenging. Now, obviously, an easy way to solve this would be to add search. But with search, it also brings its own drawbacks, in the sense that just if I'm only showing things that I'm searching for, then I won't have that process of remembering and re-encountering those other ideas that I have. And you'll end up, I think, with quite a biased list of just what you remember in the beginning. And if you start searching for something and it doesn't pop up, and then you're like, oh, what did I mean? So I don't think search necessarily is the best solution, but maybe it is the only thing that I kind of have to work with. At this point, my ideas are kind of limited. That's what I'm hoping, by kind of showing you guys the challenges that I'm working with, to just gather some ideas from other really talented designers, developers, and product managers, to really kind of show me what you think. How else have you guys seen other people solve similar challenges, and basically what do you think I can do? So yeah, so that's the kind of it. That's looking forward to your ideas, and thanks for the attention. Cheers, guys.